The Book of Judges. It's a powerful book in the Old Testament. It tells the story of the Israelites after they entered the Promised Land. Moses was gone. So was Joshua, the new leader who took command. The Israelites were on their own. They were ready to build a new life, but they faced many challenges. The Book of Judges shows us how God remained faithful. He never abandoned his people, even when they strayed from him. Joshua was a mighty leader. He followed God's commands. He led the Israelites into the Promised Land. But after Joshua died, things changed. The people felt lost. They forgot God's faithfulness. They started worshipping other gods. This was a huge mistake. They turned away from the one true God. The Israelites fell into a dangerous cycle. They disobeyed God. They faced terrible consequences. They were conquered by enemies. They suffered greatly, but in their pain they cried out to God. He heard their cries. He raised up judges. These judges were extraordinary people. They delivered the Israelites. They brought peace to the land, but the cycle would often repeat. Deborah was one such judge. She was a prophetess. She was a wise woman. She was a powerful leader. Deborah rallied the Israelite army. She led them to victory against a powerful enemy. Her story shows us that God can use anyone. He uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Section 5. Gideon from fear to triumph. Gideon was another judge. He was a reluctant hero. He was afraid, but God chose him. God gave him strength. Gideon led a small army. They defeated a massive Midianite army. His story teaches us that with God, all things are possible. Even the weak can be strong. Section 6. Samson's strength tempered by weakness. Samson was a judge with incredible strength. He performed amazing feats, but Samson had a weakness. He was ruled by his desires. This weakness led to his downfall. Samson's story reminds us that even the strongest among us are vulnerable. We must rely on God for strength. We must guard our hearts against temptation. Section 7 echoes in our time. Lessons for today. The stories of the judges are ancient, but they still resonate with us today. We all face challenges. We make mistakes. We stray from God's path. But just like the Israelites, we can find redemption. We can turn to God. He is always ready to forgive. He is always ready to help us. Section 8. Finding redemption, God's unwavering love. The Book of Judges shows us the depth of God's love. He never gives up on his people. He pursues them. He offers them second chances. He delivers them from their troubles. His love is unconditional. His mercy is endless. Section 9. A call to action, living a life of faith. The Book of Judges is a call to action. It calls us to live lives of faith, to trust in God, to obey his commands, even when it's hard, even when we don't understand. He will never let us down. Section 10. Conclusion, hope endures. The Book of Judges is a story of hope. It's a reminder that even in chaos, God is in control. He can bring order to our lives. He can deliver us from any situation. All we need to do is turn to him. Trust in his plan. His love will always guide us home.